Checkmate. And so darkness prevails, and light expires. You need a new strategy.
My move, isn't it?
Huh?
It's not over.
Come on, that's not fair. I know I had you.
Yes, you nearly did. But a game's no fun if you know where it's going. There's more to light than meets the eye. I told you. Some light comes from the past.
Where am I?
Final. Yeah, mysterious. Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome to the final world. No, this is not Kingdom Hearts itself, although given the death symbolism, you might be thinking that it is, but, no, this realm is in fact quite the mysterious place. A bridge gap, if you will, between the realm of the living and the realm of the dead. Final boarding call, Balboa Station, watch your step.
Can't stay away now, can you?
Huh? Hello?
The name's Chirithy, and this is the final world.
I'm Sora. What's the final world?
There's nothing else beyond this. You've wandered here more than once before on your visits to the Station of Awakening, but I let that slide. The edges of sleep and death touch, and one can't help the occasional crossover.
Wait, death?
Yes, the natural end for those whose hearts and bodies perish together. But some persist and arrive here.
My heart and body perished? Does that mean...
Something is holding you here, refusing to let you go. You're hanging by a thread.
What about my friends?
I'm afraid that no one else arrived with you. And if they're not here, they're either gone forever, or they're clinging to the world you came from.
I'm going back!
Whoa, whoa! How exactly? You can't just wander out like your other visits.
What?
I told you. The other times you came here by your own choice. This time is very different. To become your old self again and return to the real world, you'll have to piece yourself back together in this world first.
Ah! Why am I in pieces?
What? No, not literally, of course. You're conceptually in pieces. On the inside, who knows? But on the outside, you're just fine.
Oh, okay. You kind of freaked me out there.
Oh boy. Usually, only a heart can reach the final world. But since you've clearly managed to retain some kind of form, that can only mean your body was cast into this world as well.
Okay, so then if I can find my body, that means I'll be able to go back?
Precisely. But there's a lot of you to find. You're going to be busy.
So, that was Charity, and to get the obvious Kingdom Hearts Kairi joke out of the way, Tee-hee Hoddle Hard Digimon voice actor Kairi, I don't fucking know, late 2000s era Kingdom Heartsian jokes. Aquace. But what's more important is that the final world. Yeah, pause the video to read a lot of these, but they do have some rather big relevance to this place here, being the realm between life and death. And again, as the cutscene prior stated, yeah, this place is a realm where a lot of people who still hold on to, you know, the doubts and angst and, you know, the bitterness of life are basically clinging on. Ostensibly, think of it similar, and again, I'm gonna be coining a slight spoiler here, but basically think of it similar to Jacob's Ladder. Basically, again, these people are clinging on, well, to what they had, you know, while they were alive, and ostensibly the only thing keeping them from finally moving on is, well, whatever baggage they had during the days they were living. I will say that one that did particularly get me was actually one to do with, you know, a woman and child who, again, her baby continued to cry, kept on annoying everybody, but, you know what, it was her burden, and she loved her little child. And there was also another one, actually, that did also particularly get me to, well, I wouldn't say it particularly got me emotional, but did, you know, hit me in the heart, so to speak, but it was basically, yeah, some guy ended up passing away, and his friends moved on, his spot at the table where they usually sat and had lunch had been filled by somebody else. Excuse me. And yeah, people move on, but alas, he didn't, and, well, that's why he's still here. There is actually a hidden star that a lot of people tend to miss on their first time through, and, I mean, I know I did, but, yeah, basically it does play some story importance in terms of, ongoing events, and, yes indeed, what Sora's, about to be going through by entering this world. And, yeah. So, we're gonna be seeing that in a little bit, but in the meantime, though, I'm just sort of, leaving a lot of these, nameless stars here for, you know, posterity's sake? Yeah, whatever. I might be misusing the wrong word here, but yeah, this is a very somber world, and one that Tetsuya Nomura had been wanting to include since Kingdom Hearts 1, and by God, you can really feel that with a very esoteric nature, really calling back to, you know, the way in which Kingdom Hearts 1 really set itself up, and it also contains that very dreamlike nature that, you know, Kingdom Hearts 1 was also really known for. Like, I mean, again, this entire area with, you know, the whole cloud sky, I mean, obviously it's doubling down on, you know, the whole sort of heaven aesthetic, but by that same token, though, there is also that air of mystery, the fact that you don't really have a lot of people talking to you, and the fact that, again, as we're going to be seeing later on, we get to explore this just very bizarre and, well, tranquil world. And, again, to kind of, well, again, I might say this for a little bit later, or I might talk about it now since we do have a bit of time. Yeah, to name what the final world is, as I kind of alluded to, it's pretty much, again, the final stop between, you know, where hearts go when they're dead, as in, you know, their essence returns to Kingdom Hearts, but, you know, everything that they were, everything that, all their experiences, their lives, that pretty much stops here. I mean, if I could kind of compare it to anything in the real world, it's kind of like, it's kind of similar in nature to, like, the Egyptians' conception of the soul, where, again, like, I mean, they have the whole, you know, mummification, burial rituals, again, mainly reserved for pharaohs, mind you, but yeah, basically, the idea of, you know, aspects of the soul, the heart, the spirit, your life essence, your energy, your, car and bar, so to speak. All of that is, separate essences that basically make up your complete being, and Kingdom Hearts, having very similar Hellenic philosophies, also deals with that and how it deals with, the soul, the heart, and all that kind of thing. Again, it's a lot to sort of get under your skin, but by the time you figure out its language, this, takes on very somber meaning, but basically, yeah. So, again, I'll sort of leave it for now, because we do have a cutscene coming up, but, yeah. Let all this sift under your belt with, all this mysterious machinations.
Sora?
Yes?
It's me, Naminé.
Naminé?
I'm so glad that you managed to hold on to who you are.
Why are you here?
I was in Kairi's heart, but then we were struck by a powerful darkness, and I woke up here.
And Kairi?
I can feel her heart. She's fighting with all her strength to keep you from fading away.
So the reason I retained my form in this place...
It's because she's holding you together. Go to her.
I'm trying, but what about you? I can't just leave you stuck here.
It's okay. Really. Kairi is where I came from. So once she's safe again, Kairi is where I'll return.
Naminé, I know that I'm supposed to thank you. The datascape doesn't count. I need to say the words myself. But not like this. You and Roxas can't tell me you're okay with this. I know how much you're hurting. I felt that pain through Roxas.
He's the one they all miss. It's not me.
Wrong! What about me? Kairi, Donald, Goofy, the King? Roxas too, he misses you. And someone else special I know won't let you down.
Sora, thank you.
Well, then I'm gonna go save Kairi, so at least you'll be free of this place. Okay?
Oh, wait.
Huh?
While sifting through memories, I spoke to Terra, the Keyblade wielder you've been looking for. He has a strong will, and it keeps him tethered to the realm of light. I'll try tracing that connection. Maybe that'll be enough to tip the scales in the other direction.
Huh?
Let's just say I've got your back.
That part of you? It reminds me of Kairi. Thanks, Naminé. Oh! That's not the official thank you.
Uh-huh.
Well, see ya.
Be careful.
So, there you have it. Naminé is one of the nameless stars, technically being a nobody. And it's also Kairi being the one keeping us here, so... Again, they are technically keeping Kairi involved in the plot by, allowing her to help out Sora, so I'm glad they're finally doing something. I just wish that stuff like this happened earlier in the series, although, then again, I do bring this up that I wish that it happened earlier in the series, but you do remember me saying that, Nomura had this world in mind since Kingdom Hearts 1, but couldn't implement it till now? Well, the final world in Kingdom Hearts 1 was in fact tended to be a world, so yeah, all of this right here was gonna be a world at one stage. But it's also one where we actually would have had a chance to have played as Kairi rather than the, small little Shadow Heartless that we played as, all throughout Holy Bastion. And she would have been the one, excuse me, let me try that again. She would have been the one tasked with bringing Sora back to his former self. I suppose by basically doing what Sora's doing right now, by literally collecting pieces of himself after he committed suicide in his Heartless state in Kingdom Hearts 1. So basically when he stabbed himself in the heart with a Keyblade to free the princess's hearts, yeah, basically Kairi would have been running around this world collecting Sora's pieces. And I imagine that probably would have been the you know, the aspect that would have gotten them back together in a much more satisfactory way than, well, sort of how it happened in Kingdom Hearts 1, where Kari pretty much just gave his Heartless a hug and then Sora came back. But now we're also getting into it, as, yeah, now we have to collect more of Sora's pieces throughout this, excuse me, sorry. Throughout this, again, bizarre structure. Yeah, to kind of talk about it a little bit, I mean, again, I will say that this is by far one of my favourite worlds in Kingdom Hearts history, so, I am very much with Tetsuya Nomura in this aspect, and, again, here the blocks to pretty much rotate the sphere, so to speak, and, yeah, collect all the Sora pieces you can. Yeah, they have them doing all sorts of idle animations, like dancing, skating about, running, doing whatever. But yeah, collect all the pieces of Sora. You only really need to collect, you know, 111 pieces, although you can additionally stay here and collect, you know, 222 pieces, 333 pieces, and use that to collect some extra, you know, health pickups, which I am going to show off for, you know, for the sake of itself, but, yeah, that's pretty much to say to get an extra health bonus. You only really need to get 111, so, yeah. Just enjoy the beautiful visuals of the sky, and, I don't think you die if you fall off. I think what happens is that you pretty much just phase in and out and then phase back at the top. I mean, well, I mean, again, where the fuck are you supposed to go after you die? I mean, you're already dead, so I don't know. Is there like an afterlife for the afterlife? How many fucking lives do we have to go through? Assuming that it's, assuming that there is in fact a conception of the afterlife and it isn't just, you know, a solipsistic existence of like there is absolutely nothing and a flicker of consciousness is really all we have. So after brain death, there is nothing but infinite darkness. Well, I suppose in that case at least Anthem Secret of Darkness would be proved, right? Kingdom Hearts, fill me with the power of darkness when I commit suicide. Oh, did I say the quiet part loud and the loud part quiet? But in any case, so, yeah, this is a beautiful fucking world. It's incredibly fucking flash, and, yeah, something to actually talk about is that there is actually a real-world inspiration for this place in its entirety. Like, I mean, I'm guessing a lot of the, you know, the bricks that you're climbing across, and, you know, especially the water surfaces, I can't quite remember what the location was in question, but, there was a place in the world where there's some salt flats where, again, you know, the sunlight and the clouds reflect across, you know, the water stream on top of it, and basically that creates the illusion that you're, well, walking on the sky and the clouds reflected on, you know, the water on the salt flats below, so yeah, there is technically a real-world location that does technically have vistas similar to this that you can actually visit. And, yeah. I mean, truly going outside is a fucking wonder, really. And if nothing else, you can visit wonderful places such as this with, points of design inspiration. Again, I know I'm not being very coherent because I'm just sort of lost in, you know, sort of the awe and tranquility of this world, but, yeah, to get back to brass tacks as to what I was talking about with this world, again, this isn't technically, you know, well, okay, technically it is the end in the sense that, you know, this is pretty much where people go before they, you know, enter the realm of infinite darkness, so to speak, and where people die for good. But at the same time, though, it's, yeah, not technically the end, and also wasn't Kingdom Hearts, as I initially thought that this was what this world was technically going to be, or at least what, you know, a visualization of what Kingdom Hearts as a world would look like, but, yeah, we still have yet to see what Kingdom Hearts is actually like, thus keeping me hooked and tethered onto this series. For good. But yeah, I suppose in all other aspects, if I could, you know, talk about anything else, it's pretty much a dream world. Again, you saw some of the portals over there that might look familiar for those of you who played Dream Drop Distance, where that was ostensibly where, you know, you would have entered the dream, you know, much like how Riku entered Sora's dream when he had to, you know, wake him up after nearly getting possessed by Xehanort. And again, you know, similar to how you enter in and out of the world that never was by the time that Riku exited the dream. So basically, those pink portal things allow you to enter this realm, pretty much from the Keyblade Graveyard, so, again, this... It's weird to kind of consider what sort of places would be. I guess, like, the pre-death hallucination would probably be the most apt term for it. I mean, again, I don't really have much of a experience with it, mainly because I haven't, well, technically died before, or even come close to death, debatable, but... Yeah, reasonably speaking, though, I can only really talk about an example actually from Richard Hammond, who was an old Top Gear host, but yeah, basically, him being a man who got into some very serious crashes and nearly died several times in his life, he basically described, you know, what it was like to, well, nearly die ostensibly, by basically seeing a point of no return with a place that he was well familiar with in his past, and basically the only thing keeping him from crossing over was this lingering feeling that he's gonna cross over a threshold that he shouldn't, which in the real world was actually the influence of, well, his now ex-wife Mandy, basically crying and pleading with him to stay in the world of the living. So yeah, I mean, there is the whole idea that, you know, if your loved ones are hanging on death's door, you know, a reassuring influence out in the real world can in some way interact with the dream world and keep them from, well, into the world of the living. I mean, obviously, it's kind of weird to say how the mental processes work and, you know, what sort of psychological plumes and depths there really is, and, well, I guess there's no other word for it, what the power of love can really do to keep people alive in times of strife, but again, it really does sort of go to show that, I mean, there is an element of truth in Kingdom Hearts' you know, flowery dialogue of power of friendship, trust in our hearts, and all that kind of stuff, because, again, there are cases to be made for it in the real world. I mean, obviously, I mean, if you suffered a traumatic car accident, you know, you got your bones broken and, you know, you've got, like, fucking lung damage, you're obviously probably going to die sooner or later, but by that same token, though, yeah, there are some aspects where, in case, all you really need is somebody who loves you enough to just keep you going. I don't know, I mean, I do apologize for getting slightly more, sort of lost on my thoughts in this one, but then again, death is, well, an interesting subject because it's not something you can truly know until it, well, happens to you. I mean, we're all gonna find out sooner or later, it's just that we can't really say what it's like, and even the people who have technically died and been revived by, like, you know, defibrillation or whatever, well, again, it's, it's just infinite darkness as far as we're aware, so yeah, who really knows? And even then, that's not really making a case for anything else if you're of a more spiritual belief, like, you know, if there's an afterlife, or did you not technically cross the threshold? Or is it just, you know, close your eyes, everything blanks out, your consciousness fades, and that's the end of it. Game over, one life's all you get. In which case I need to start grinding for some extra lives, but Sora's back where he belongs. Dear God, Shruthi, must you make that goddamn fucking noise every time you show up?
I see that you found them all.
Yup.
Then isn't it time that you left?
Oh, thanks.
What? I'm doing you a big favor here, you know. Don't push it.
Hey, Chirthi, you still look like you, right? Would you like me to help you find your pieces?
Oh, I don't work like that.
So, like, you're waiting for someone to rescue you?
Sort of?
Well, tell me who. I'll find him. Huh?
No. That's okay. He doesn't remember the past. Besides, I'm sure that he's much happier with his new friends. But I'll wait. He'll arrive here one day.
Okay. I'll be back to visit you.
What?
You and me are friends now.
Really? I've missed having friends.
Well, see you around. And thanks.
Huh?
Could I get a hint how to save the others?
Seriously? Are you a Keyblade wielder, or aren't you? Haven't you already learned how to restore someone's heart after it's been lost?
Restore their hearts. Is that the same thing as the power of waking?
I'm not sure, but give it a shot.
No. This'll take all my heart. Okay.
look for the light in the darkness. May your heart be your guiding key.